go. Okay, I wanted you guys to see, since I can't show you in person, this is how I work. Okay, I have an athlete, a runner client who is complaining of intermittent hip pain in several different areas. So it's not just a hip pointer or a hip flexor. So there's several issues going on.
You moved me, so you might want to change.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. That was a great comment. Just want to make sure I get the foot too. There's no dead bodies in the back. That's always good.
Important.
During intake, she told me that she is feeling pain in the right gluteal region and into the groin. When she foam rolled, she felt there was a big clunk right about here. So what that tells me is it's either vastus lateralis that she rolled off of, or maybe even TFL, tensor fascia lata. But as she was rolling across that, she felt it clunk. So that tells me that that's an area that's going to need investigation. It was worse walking uphill than downhill. That tells me that she's having a hard time with flexion of the hip, okay? Because you have to lift your leg up higher to go uphill than you do down. So if she's telling me that it hurts more going uphill than down, that's one of the first things I'm looking at is hip flexion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through how I would work on her. Nice and easy. We're just going to see if the hips will open up. Don't fight me, tell me to stop. Okay, so the camera does not have her face. I wanted to focus on her legs, but right now I'm getting all kinds of kind of half grimaces. Okay, do not be a hero. If I'm hurting you, tell me to stop. Okay, and this is what I tell my clients all the time, whether I am no matter how well I know them, I tell them, don't be a hero. Tell me if I'm hurting you. Don't let me go above 5, prefer not to go above 4, okay? I just want a deep, comfortable stretch. Tell me to stop.
Yeah, there's my foot switch.
Yep.
Yeah.
But notice, hopefully the camera's picking up the difference, okay? I got to about here on this rotation and she said stop. So I came back, we talked for a second, and then I went right back into that rotation, and look how much further she goes. And now I'm getting the stop sign. So that's fine, okay? So basically the muscle that we just connected with is cranius maximus, the big one between her ears. She knew, air quotes, that this was going to hurt if I went further. And so she asked me to stop. When I went back in, I got further without doing anything. I've not done any palpation, I've done any release. That's all I did was I stopped, came out, went back in. So now rather than pushing that, I'm going to come the other way. Tell me to stop. Where?
In my lower back.
Okay. And when I went to your left, where did you feel the pain?
In the right outer aspect.
Okay. So tell me to stop. Much better. Okay. So again, that's all it took was just pulling out and going back. Okay. So now we're going to do some PNF. Hopefully the camera will pick this up. So what I want you to do is keep your legs together and just resist me. Don't fight me. Just hold right here. 3, 2, 1. Very slowly relax. Come with me. Tell me to stop. Hopefully the camera's picking that up because she just moved another probably 4 or 5 degrees. Do it again. Resist me. Deep breath in. Exhale. Slowly relax. And we move. That is the beauty of PNF right there. I would not get her into that deep of a rotation if I was forcing her. So I use the client's body against them, but it's for their own good. So I sleep well at night. Okay, we're gonna do the exact same thing this way. Tell me to stop.
Stop.
Okay, so what I felt before she said stop was there was a hitch in her giddy up. Rather than being nice and smooth, I felt this, right? So I'm exaggerating, but it did that. Now tell me to stop. Okay, so much better. All I did was I came out of this deep stretch, and once I crossed midline, she objected. But now it's okay. Okay, so this is all part of reprogramming the brain and the body. Okay, hold your legs together. Just resist me right here. 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax. I got a big grimace out of that. Where did that hurt? But look at the release in the back. Okay.
And along where you were. Yeah.
Okay. So one of the muscles that does abduction is glute medius. So that's probably who's barking back here. Okay. But look how much further over we are. So let's do that one more time. Deep breath in. If it hurts, tell me to stop. Exhale, relax. Gorgeous. Look at that. Okay, so since this is not the problem leg, I'm going to do some stuff just with the right leg. I want to see what the hip will let me do. What is the hip capable of? So we're going to go up into flexion. Tell me to stop. She's very subtly resisting me. It's brick by brick. I am going to take this wall, but it's going to be brick by brick. The camera, there's no way the camera's picking this up, but it was going 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So that means she's in pain. Pay attention to that. Okay? She's telling me without opening her mouth that she is in pain and she's anxious. Okay? So I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. I'm just going to pull back here, give her a little jostling, and I'm going to go right back in. But I'm going slowly, and it was nice and smooth that time. Talk to me. Tell me to stop.
There.
Good. Where do you feel that? Up in the hip flexor, somewhere, or in the glutes?
In the glutes.
Okay. Outside or straight into the back?
Straight into the back.
Okay, good. Okay. So what I want you to do is gently, you're going to straighten your leg out. Okay? Nice and easy. Go. 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax. Did that hurt?
Mm-mm.
Good. Look how far that moved. That's all that needed was just some encouragement. Okay? So this is PNF. My primary target is I'm focusing on glute max. It didn't want to let her flex any further than this. And the problem was not in the hip flexor. She wasn't feeling pain there. She was feeling pain in the glute. So I had her engage, straighten that leg out, and then I kept pushing into that flexion. Very good. So now we're going to go with some adduction. Yeah. Or maybe not. Maybe we won't go into adduction. Okay? So I got a big stop sign right there. So I'm going to try that again real slowly, and she's going to tell me to stop. Okay, so I feel the resistance up here, not towards the groin. Okay, so this is an easy one. Right about there. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to show that muscle, which is probably vastus medialis or the attachment of adductor magnus. Just going to show it some love. Okay, a little gentle stripping, very little pressure. And I come back to neutral, and then I'm going to go back again. And she's going to tell me to stop. And look how far that moved. Okay. Okay, so now we're up into, further up into the groin. But you were talking about hamstring there, right? Further back?
No.
Okay, right into adductor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I am not going to go above her shorts. Okay, so this is our contract. I'm going to stop right here. If I felt the need to go up further, I would probably do this. I would put my hand right there with her consent, and that is now my barrier. So I don't go any further than that, okay? If you're using oil and you slip, you're going right into genitals, and that will cost you your license, accident or not, okay? So I am very, very careful about this. Now, this is not going to be the best body mechanics, but I'm protecting my license right now. So I'm going to abduct her while I am stripping that adductor. And I can feel it with my left hand. It's really pulling. Does that hurt?
Just a teeny bit.
Give me a
It's
number,
like a
1 to 10. A 1, good, perfect. I don't like to hurt people, so I don't go above 4, never above 5. Discomfort is okay, as long as the client feels safe. It's much better. I didn't think it was going to go that far. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to hang out right there because that adductor is really inflamed. It's so this is kind of a special situation. I would never say this out loud to a client, but this is really tight. This is like rebar. Okay, that's a no SIBO. I am putting a negative judgment into her body. But because this is an instructional video, I'm going to roll the dice and hope her body doesn't take that as the criticism that it sounded like. Good. Okay, so we're just doing range of motion. That's all this is. I'm not doing anything heroic. Tell me to stop. So much smoother through here. Okay, but that still hurts.
That's where it starts to get tight and hurt. Yes.
Okay, where? Inside, outside?
Inside.
Okay, so adductor is now the problem. But adductor is passive in this situation. Adductor should just lay down and get out of the way so that I can stretch IT band, lateral quad, lateral hamstring, and glute. That is what should happen. But the adductor is very angry. So it's now in my way. So we're going to try to trick that adductor. Gently resist me right here. 3, 2, 1, slowly relax. Did that hurt?
Just like a 1.
Okay. Breathe. That's the way. Beautiful. Look at that. Okay. So we tricked the adductor into getting out of the way, into relaxing. Is that too far?
No.
Okay. What are we going to show me?
This is right there.
Up high now. Where your thumb was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Good morning. That's a fine head you do.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got, this is probably adductor brevis. Something that I've mentioned before, if you're in an area, if you're in a muscle and it twitches or jumps, that's fine. If you get into a muscle and it twitches with a real steady rhythm, you want to get off of it, that's an artery. I thought I just felt the femoral artery, but I must have rolled past it. There you go. There you go. Boy, that just really loosened up. That was nice. Okay? So now I'm going to test it, see what happened. Tell me to stop. Okay? So I'm getting a very unhappy face and some grunting. But I'm not getting a stop sign yet. So she's still trying to figure out if I need to stop or not. So I'm just going to very slowly keep going in that direction. Now I just got the hand telling me to stop, so I stopped. But you see how subtle that is? I didn't force her. I didn't jam her. Very slowly, I want her to move in that direction. That is my want. That's my wish for her hip. Right now, it's not capable of doing it. So I'm going to encourage it to do what it can, and then we will see what happens. Good. Okay. Now we're going to go with abduction. And you're going to tell me to stop. Okay. Support the leg. Use your body. Don't try to hold a client's leg by yourself. They get very heavy after a while. Whether it's a 75-pound kid or a 300-pound bodybuilder, I'm telling you, legs get heavy. And legs are strong. Okay? So I'm going to cross brace her because I felt her pelvis rotate just a little bit. Part of this that I didn't film was the initial intake. I asked her to do hip extension, which is that. And what she did was, as soon as she got to here, it hurt. So she rotated her whole pelvis. That's an exaggeration. It wasn't quite that bad, but that's what she did. This is now abduction of the hip. It's no longer extension. And I saw it. I saw her erectors clench, and she lurched forward like I had punched her, and then she rotated. And I pointed it out to her, and we laughed about it, okay? But pay attention. Your client is going to show you everything you need to know. That is nice, smooth extension of the hip. If the client can't do that, we need to figure out why, okay? So I'm going to go back into this adduction, or abduction rather, and I'm going to hold her hip down so that it doesn't rotate. Tell me to stop.
There.
Very nice. Very gently bring your knee up into my hand. Come across midline. So don't straighten your leg. Come across you. Very gently. Go. 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax. There you go. So the camera's got basically from her belly button down. But what I just saw was her stomach and her chest just relaxed on that exhale. So her body liked that. So I'm going to do it again. Nice and easy. Come across midline, deep breath in. Slowly relax, exhale. Her body likes that one, which is great because I want that adductor to relax. Abduction with a straight leg looks like this. Okay? Again, I'm going to use my hip and my thigh to support this leg. And if I need to, this is still good body mechanics. Notice how balanced I am. My feet are right underneath me. I'm not overextended in any direction. But I can support her if this leg wants to come
Okay.
to the rescue. Too far?
No, that's good.
Okay.
I can't go any further.
Yeah. Gently squeeze both knees together. 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax. Beautiful. Okay. Up high, down low, where you feel that. Okay. So we're going to do a little pin and stretch here. Is that okay? I'm going to go, that feels really tender. I'm going to go, are you okay with my hands here? I went underneath your shorts. Okay? Just palpating right here. And notice I just got her consent because I inadvertently went underneath her shorts. So I'm going to hold on to that piece of adductor that seems very unhappy right now. And I'm going to continue to abduct her with a straight leg, and she's going to tell me to stop. Okay? I'm going to pull back. I'm going to move just a little bit more proximal. And I'm going to do it again. Okay? I'm not getting a lot of movement, but we're getting some. Beautiful. That's the way. Now, just for the heck of it, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm going to put her into external rotation while I add abduction, just to try to open things up a bit. Good. Nice.
I'm going to start sliding off the table.
You're not gonna fall. My lawyer doesn't like it when people fall off the table.
Oh, alright.
Okay, so I just pushed my luck a little bit and tried to get her leg to extend into abduction, and she didn't like it. Where do you feel that? In the glute or right
Where
here?
your hand is.
Okay, so this adductor is really fired up. Good. Okay, so what I'm feeling is the tissue is softening. It's not perfect, but it's softening. Take your time bringing the client back to neutral. Sometimes that causes distress. Okay. I realized I didn't delete the other videos off there, so I want to make sure I wasn't running out of memory. We'll go back and do some sports massage, right? Nice and light. Get some blood flow. Prepare her for deeper work, not preparing her for an event. Okay? Just going to get some movement here. We're going to do a little jostling. I want to see what I can get her hip to do. Tender? A little bit. Okay. So, ASIS, anterior superior iliac spine, greater trochanter. I'm wondering if TFL is involved in this, because that would stretch TFL. So I'm going to pin and stretch. I'm going to internally rotate her, because TFL is an external rotator, hip flexor, abductor. No, adductor. Okay, good. There we go. Okay, so I'm using both hands to jostle her, and the reason I'm doing that is she felt very stuck. She didn't want to go any further. So I never force a client to go where they don't want to go. I will get them there. One way or another, we will get there. Okay? Work with the client, work with their body, work with their pain, honor and respect their pain, and know your boundaries. Okay? Good. So now look at the internal rotation. That's a hell of a lot better. Tell me to stop. Where do you feel that? Knee? Up here?
Knee area just above.
Just above the knee? Okay. So you'll notice she's got a big scar here. She's had knee surgery. Twice?
No, just one.
Just once on this knee? Meniscus repair?
Change the attachment for the ligament that goes over the kneecap to more better secure it.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So that's a pretty funky surgery. That's why I didn't remember, because I'd never heard of it before. Okay. So I'm just trying to get some space. I'm trying to buy her some real estate. Hold your leg for me right here. Good. Where did that hurt?
Right in here.
Where your thumb is or where your fingers are?
Thumb.
Okay. So, I asked her to resist me here, which is going to be abduction. So that's mostly going to be glute medius and minimus. But it seemed to affect TFL more than anything else, and it doesn't do that movement. But it's so tight, it braced trying to help. How about inside? Hold, no problem. Outside, hold. Better, not as much pain. Do it again, inside. Good. Do it again, outside. And relax. Tell me to stop. Okay. Still up high in the groin or over here?
Over here.
Everything's out here now. Okay. So, TFL has now presented itself as the problem child. So I'm going to pin and stretch it. Okay. TFL comes off the ASIS down in a inferio-lateral motion, movement, direction, quest, thing.
Thing.
Well, that leaves you out, Pippin. Okay, so I'm going to hold on to TFL, take her across midline until I feel resistance. I'm not even asking her to tell me if she's in pain because I should not be causing her pain. I've got pretty good range of motion here. But of course, if I'm hurting her, she will tell me in no uncertain terms. There will probably be vulgarity involved. I always tell clients, you can swear at me all you want, I really don't care. Leave my kids and my mother out of it. Everything else is fair game. Elbow's gonna pop. There it is, thank you. Okay. So, let's retest some of our movements. Tell me to stop. Nice. Okay. So, if this was a really big person, I would put the plantar surface of the foot right there in the crook of my arm so that I can drive my weight into her. Much better body mechanics for me. I'm using my body weight rather than just muscling my way through her like that. Okay? Use your body. Same thing coming this way. There's enough resistance here that I don't have to hold her entire leg. Still doesn't like that, does it?
Mm-mm.
Inside?
Inside.
Up high?
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to look at a common muscle that is commonly weak is vastus medialis. Lift up into my hand. Good. Adduct, hold into my hand. Good. And lift up again. Yep. So this adductor is doing a lot of work. Man, that is tight. Tender?
Yes.
Or does it feel good?
It actually feels good, but it is tender.
Okay. So what I would instruct her at this point is I would not do anything